Girl, pass me my fries. Girl, I'm about to drink that water. She done propped her phone up.
Girl.
I'm trying to figure out why you need this.
Here go your fries right here.
She gonna prop her phone up in
Let me
mine.
put my phone on vibrate.
Yeah, please.
If I have to cuss you out today.
No, she gonna prop her phone up on my bottle of water. Can I reach for my water and drink?
That's fine. All right, girl, you don't have to get it together.
So much to say podcast. She's sitting here looking like Erykah Badu's gay niece.
What I look like?
Gay Erykah Badu's gay niece.
Girl, shut up. Don't start with me.
Gay nephew. Girl, tag me.
I did.
She want me to be tagging her and all my stuff.
Girl, I did, so I'm trying to find something.
Girl, lean her on that plant over there.
Don't, I'm gonna do this.
She's so busy trying. Is this my?
There we go.
Can I have my fries that you got your phone playing?
Don't worry about it, girl. I'll get my own. How about that? There we go.
Jeez. Give me my fries.
I'm
Damn fries.
Bitch, I done grabbed them fries 6 times.
Girl, she didn't slay them all across the table. She
But
done moved
that's
around.
fine.
She done done everything except hand me my fries. What is this shit right here?
Bitch!
What? What?
Girl,
We done went. Listen,
They said a side salad, girl. That's a.
this is not a side salad.
Bitch, and they sprinkle raisins over it.
Listen, you know the only thing I can eat at Chick-fil-A is their French fries because they do not cook it in the chicken grease. But I do dip my French fries in their
I'm finna share. I'm finna just share your video because, girl, it's too much with
Girl, you know your service is bad. I dip my French fries in the Polynesian sauce. What y'all know about that? Hey, girl, hey. Dan Twan talking about Keon looking butcherlicious.
Child, here they go.
Girl, I don't know about all of that.
Craig, why you always hating, child?
Just because she got on this little wife beater. For the white people that are watching, a wife beater is a white tank top, okay? It's an undershirt. Hey, girl, hey. Hey, boy, hey. Yes, this is their superfood salad. But, girl, this is tiny. They could have given me a larger serving.
Right. It was so small.
Yes.
Hey, y'all. What's up?
Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. Girl, you see I got my hair cut?
Girl, them edges ain't there no more.
Girl, they are, girl. Give them time to come in. For your information.
Them edges ain't there no more. No, just playing. I ain't gonna.
For your information, my barber said to me today, he said, Craig, how long did you say it takes? Go get that fried chicken crumb off my table.
Girl,
Right there.
that's on the mat.
Girl, get it off my mat.
And you need to stop smacking.
Girl, she
on this
eat like
camera.
she eat like she 9 months old. Girl, did you just sprinkle that crumb down on my floor and I just had my cleaning lady here yesterday?
Who that lady?
Is that what you just did?
Girl, ain't no crumb on your floor, girl. What you not gonna do is that shit that you be trying to do with them other folk.
What?
Girl.
Anyway, so my barber was like, hey, I just want to say, he said, Craig, when did you, he back here cutting my hair, right? He said, oh, let me put my money order up for you to get the stealing. Let me put my money order over here.
Girl, you ain't got nothing I want, girl.
Girl, you giving me,
Let me get me a paper towel tonight.
You
Cause
give it-
bitch,
you give
let me
it-
tell you, I made sure, cause y'all know Craig don't like to share. So I made sure that I was stopped and got me something to eat. And I was able to call him and see that he need anything tonight.
it was very nice of you, very thoughtful.
Right.
But anyway, so my barber was like, Craig, when did, he said, I think these treatments are really working. He said, your hair is really filling in. I said, oh, I know.
Why he tell you that?
Because he was cutting my hair and he was like, how many treatments did you say you have to get before it starts coming in? He said 3, right? I said, yeah. He said, but you do get a total of 5. I said, yes. And he was like, oh, okay. He said, well, you've only had 2 so far, right? I said, yeah. He said, yeah. no bullshit, it's coming in. He said it definitely looks fuller.
Okay, girl. So I just feel uncomfortable. So, girl, you have to turn just a little bit. Because, girl, you got your chair turned all the way to the right. Girl, I need you to turn a little bit to the left. So I can...
Girl, I'm trying to eat at the table.
Well, girl, you should have ate. I called you at 8. I picked you up at 8:10. You should have had everything together.
Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers.
You gave your intro already.
I'm CraigTheWriterStewart, and this is the Facebook and YouTube live versions of So Much to Say. I did not say that part. These are my thoughts and my voice on black shit, white shit, and everything in between. If you knew that was gay shit.
Yeah, I'm the gay shit.
So you were asking me in the car if I had watched the BET Awards the other day, and I was telling you that Mary J. Blige sounded a fright.
And I personally think that her performance was good, but I think she lip synced.
She was lip syncing when she
Yeah.
got to You Remind Me, because her
Yeah.
voice doesn't go up to that register anymore. But when I say these French fries with this,
Yeah, girl, cause you smacking.
with this Polynesian sauce, is not to be tampered with. But what I'm
Girl,
telling
don't smack no more. Cause girl, you just over here just smacking. And then you know what? This is why I go to the Chick-fil-A in the hood, cause at least they give you everything. This Chick-fil-A over here in this Caucasian area, honey, you ain't got no straw, you ain't got no napkins.
white people ain't got no lips to sip through no straw. That's why they don't give. I'm just playing, white people. I'm just playing, white
That's
people.
why I go to the Chick-fil-A in the hood place, cause they give you everything. They give you extra sauce, you ain't got to pay for it.
Girl, white folks don't use a whole
Over
bunch
here,
of sauce.
child, they
White
ain't-
folks don't
They
use a whole
ain't
bunch.
give me nothing.
You need another sauce. White people don't use a lot of sauce. Like when they do their salad dressings and stuff, it's very
Right.
It's very scarce.
Craig, do you have any straws?
I don't have any straws. You need another Polynesian sauce.
No, I don't need it, cause you know they ain't cook my food right.
You know what? Listen. So back to Mary J. Blige. So
Then
I really,
somebody just said, "What's up with the back and the black in the background?" I told Craig he act like we was about to fucking pray
who was that said that?
on Facebook. You act like we was about to pray, girl.
Hold on, let me see who said that because I want to see if they got a little something on my power bill. let me see if they got a little something on the power
I
bill.
had to tell Craig to turn
Since
the lights up.
since they need more lights back here. Who is that? You got a little something on my power bill? Where is that? Who said that? Bianca, I can eat the French fries from Chick-fil-A because they don't fry their French fries in the same grease with the chicken. My Facebook is Craig the Writer. No, it's actually just Craig Stewart now. It used to be Craig the Writer Stewart, but some hater reported my page. And I had to take the writer out. I don't know who did it.
Right, Craig, you is smacking loud.
Who said I was
I
smacking?
said it 3 times to try to help you out, girl, but you ain't get the memo. So, girl, stop smacking.
Rashonda said hi. Remember Rashonda?
Yeah, I just wrote her.
Why are you yelling?
Oh.
Yeah, I just wrote her. Girl, you...
Oh, bitch, now you see how I feel.
Girl, but you in my right eardrum.
Girl, when you be in my left eardrum, girl, just yelling, bitch, you be so excited. I'm like, girl, calm down. It's okay.
They do not cook they do not fry their French fries in the same grease, Rita. Sit down somewhere. She always trying to start shit. Put them cigarettes down.
What you ain't gonna do is talk about Rita. That's what you're not gonna do.
You need to go down there and help her get up off
You
them
know,
cigarettes.
you know Rita, my girl.
You need to go down there to Fort Myers and yank them Benson and Hedges out of her
Right,
mouth.
the nerve of Craig to tell somebody that they yelling.
Tanari, we said Keon was coming on Thursday, not Friday. She talking about Keon a day early.
No, Keon is gonna be here on on Thursdays. Girl, you got me saying Friday. They're talking about trying to give Boy. I give Boy all the time. What y'all talking about? I'm a woman in the boy's body.
Wait.
I'm a woman
Wait,
in the
who-
boy's body.
What heterosexual men you don't do all of this?
Girl, I know a lot
all of this gesticulating.
I know a lot of straight men that talk like this with their hands.
No, that ain't what you just did, though.
But talk.
Right. With all them bangles and décolleté on your wrist. But listen, I went to the P.O. box today. And I got a note. Is Sarah Van in here? Excuse me. Tanari said, Keon, you give as much fish as us.
Somebody said the other night on on the live talking about girl, I set the standards for us women. I said, bitch, no, they did say I set the standard for us women.
Girl, Keon is what? Girl, Keon's right there.
No, girl, I was looking for that. Oh, it's the same one.
Yeah. Girl, Keon is one fingernail polish away from being a woman. Okay, one fingernail polish away. But no, Keon, if you're not eating your Chick-fil-A French fries or waffle fries with Polynesian sauce, you don't know what you're missing.
Girl, I'm trying to tell you.
you don't know what you're missing.
I'm trying to be cute, trying to let them see me over here eating.
Girl, you know I don't care. They can hear me chew, snack.
Girl, I wish you hurry up and finish the damn fries. Cause girl, my ear.
I'm done. That was the last one.
And then you got this half a damn salad.
This ain't even a half a salad. Listen, so those of you that purchase books or were gifted books, you'll have them tomorrow, okay? Look at Monquetta. Craig, this book is good, and got 4 exclamation points. Because she could have been knowing how good it was if she had just simply bought her own book. She was sitting here waiting for somebody to buy her a book.
Ooh, don't do her like that.
I'm just playing Monquetta. I appreciate it. And then she gonna inbox me talking about, Craig, post my picture on your website, on your page. I had already posted your picture on my Insta story and on my Facebook story. She wanted to go on my timeline. No, Niche, you going over here.
Bitch, you put me on your Patreon eating a burger?
We eating a burger.
Yeah, somebody said we seen you on Patreon eating a burger. Girl, I don't remember that.
I don't know about no eating no burger.
Stop recording me, bitch, when I ain't telling you to record me. Cause girl, you always record. Let me tell y'all, I will call Craig and I have to make sure that Craig is not recording and so I don't say certain things. Cause bitch, you just be recording.
Makio, your book is gonna be there tomorrow. You normally would have had it sooner, but Nikki hasn't been working.
So I came and stepped in for Nikki tonight.
But you will have it tomorrow, Makio. You'll have it tomorrow. I was like, oh my God, he gonna probably think, oh my God, he ain't never sent me my book.
Mm-hmm. Gay author takes Facebook friend money for books.
Right, swindles Facebook users. You know, they be letting that. They be
Girl, headline.
Gay author swindles Facebook users through Cash App. Because, you know, they let the gay kids hold it. I'll check the inbox. So, listen, I went to the P.O. box today, and I got a note from Sarah Van. Is she in here, Sarah Van? And she sent me a note and a money order. This is the money order I just moved to the side because Keon kind of got sticky fingers.
Don't tell them people that. Girl, don't lie on me, bitch.
Girl, you got sticky fingers. Girl.
Don't lie on me, bitch. Not
girl,
like
girl,
that.
You know the street's been talking about you for years, girl. She legendary, girl.
In the streets, girl.
She's legendary. Bitch, she'll steal your fingerprint, bitch, if you ain't paying attention. One of my friends used to tell me that.
Girl.
Listen, let me explain something to you. The one of the first times I went to a gay club, when I moved to Atlanta.
You went to Bulldogs?
No, it was a club called Fusion. You weren't living here by then. I write about this club in the first book, but it was a club called Fusion. It was called Club Fusion. Just one and only said, Craig, I got my book and I couldn't stop. She said, I'm halfway finished and I couldn't stop. But when I tell you, I was at Club Fusion one night and I was with a former friend of mine. We're not friends anymore. But he's in the second book. In the second book, his name is Dash. So my friend Dash and I were at this club. And so I went to use, and I remember I was green. I was very green to the gay community. I didn't know about, you know. And I went to use my debit card to purchase a drink. Reach your hand out like you about to reach, like you about to hand your card to a bartender. Bitch, what you doing? He like snatched my, he said, bitch, what you doing? I said, I'm getting a drink. He said, bitch, you ain't got no cash. I said, no. He said, well, bitch, then you don't drink. He said, bitch, these motherfucking sissies will steal your soul.
Bitch, let me tell you.
Wait a minute, wait. He said, 3 weeks from today, bitch, they'll go. He said, wait. He said, they will go in that trash can and get them carbon copies from your credit card. Bitch, 3 weeks from today, it'll be a car in your name. Bitch, when I tell you. When I say I holler,
you ain't lying.
He was like, you ain't, he said, you do, he said, rule number 1, you don't use no debit or credit card in the club to buy no drinks. He said, bitch, I got a friend, somebody bought a car in his name. He said, they stole his identity. I said, oh my God, when I say
Bitch,
I holler.
if I use my card now, when I go to the club, bitch, it's my Cash App card.
Oh, that's the one you use?
I use my Cash App card when I go to the club.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, it's rare that I swipe my real card or my bank card.
Madison used her PayPal card.
Cause bitch, anything pop up.
When Madison and I first met, she trusts me now, but when we first met, that dragon, she would always say, like, say we were going somewhere, and she was like, Craig, you feel like running in real quick and just grab it? And I'm like, okay. So I'd run. She would hand me her PayPal card. She's like, bitch, I ain't give you my SunTrust card, girl. Girl.
When I first started booking hotels for her, she would do me the same. We had a conversation like that. Bitch, she said, we was talking and she's like, here, girl, I'm gonna give you this PayPal card. I said, girl, I don't want nothing from you. She's like, no, girl, you know the gays. But after time, then she started giving me the regular card, cause baby.
Well, now she trusts me, cause like she'll give me her credit card number.
Yeah, she gave me a SunTrust
card. But I don't blame her. Like, listen.
Girl, I'll never forget a damn, I signed her up for a discount, right? And a different screen popped up. She said, oh, bitch, what you doing? She said, oh, bitch, what you doing?
She be thinking you saving her card number.
Right. But she said, girl, it's no offense to you, girl. She said, but girl, you just got to understand, girl. This is my livelihood. I said, girl, I ain't going to steal nothing from you, girl. Trust me.
She didn't even used to let me have her passcode to her cell phone. She's funny about that with the kids.
No, she is.
She don't even want you to, and I mean,
after I hung around her and been around her a couple times and I did a lot of stuff, she was like, okay, bitch.
Not to say that you should just have people having your, your PIN, your code to get in your in your phone. But like, she's very protective of her cell phone because of her social media.
Her social media, yeah.
And so her thing is, she was always afraid that somebody was gonna go in and try to either close down her social media and she had to start all over, or either try to post stuff on her page.
Her page, right.
And so, but now she'll be like, oh, put in my PIN. I know the PIN number now, but like, she'll be like after a while, she'll be like, Myrtle, I gave you the PIN number. I said, girl, I ain't remember your PIN number because I don't want to hear shit from you.
Bitch, what
she's
you
like, Myrtle,
stole,
just get the PIN number.
Yeah.
And so now I know the PIN number, but she was very like, I don't need you to know that. Yeah, she was
fun. I think I told you when I first started doing the hotels for her, she was like, I said, girl.
Tell me that. Keon met Madison because Keon used to book the hotel. When Keon used to work for a hotel, he used to give us the hotel discount when the guests would come from out of town. And Madison would go over there a lot of times and work directly with Keon. So that's how they met. And then she ended up inviting him to the show. And that's how he and I met. Keon and I met.
Because you was shady, girl. I said something to you one day.
Go ahead and tell him the story because he dying to tell the story.
Girl, I ain't dying to tell. They already know what happened.
Well, you two might not know because they knew.
Girl, you was real shady, girl. I used to come over there. I was the new kid on the block, Everybody used to, when I walk in, everybody look at me, and I just sit down my lonesome stuff, just sitting there, girl. What y'all hoes looking at? That's my attitude. That's what my attitude was. What y'all hoes looking at? What's up? Then they start being friendly because they seen, I would interact with Madison and stuff. And Craig didn't speak to me for months. Until one day I walked in and he said, I was speaking to everybody, he said something. I said, oh, now you want to speak? I said, because I come in here all the time. Then he gave me a hug. I said, oh, you want to give me a hug now? And the rest was history, child. Now I can't get this motherfucker not even to call me. Well, besides when, LTR and him be together. But, girl, it's funny how you meet people. It's real funny how you meet people, child.
I don't remember that. Teresa Jones, send me a friend request.
Craig, I would come over there, girl, and you would not speak. You would have them little tight ass pants on, swishing around the whole goddamn house, and be down there in the basement.
First of all, it would be so many of you queens coming up.
It was a lot of them.
It would be,
bitch. It was a whole house full.
It would be so many of them coming over to the house. I'm over there to work. Allegedly. Who was that, Virgil? He said, you know me now. But, it would be so many of them over there, and I was there to work. You know what I'm saying? And so, I wasn't really there to socialize. And so, I would be trying to focus on what I was doing. I was recording the podcast for Madison, and then for Madison and the guest. And then I would be still putting together the docket, and I'd be communicating with Vincent to get him the run of the show.
And then I think how we also got to start talking, because I say, Craig, go ahead and give him the disclosure. I'll always say that. Because you'll be like, all right, y'all, turn down your cell phones and don't don't flush the toilet when you go use the bathroom and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's also child damn.
But yeah, we just started talking.
Then I came up and did the podcast with you.
Did y'all hear the podcast? Keon, and
Some other man.
he lives in DC now. I saw him when I was up there this last time.
Him and his they broke up, right?
Yeah, they were divorced before y'all.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't know about before, but it was a conversation about divorce, gay divorce, and Keon was engaged.
When I was gonna get married.
Keon was gonna get married, and they ended up breaking off the engagement. That I know was actually married, and they got a divorce.
I'm
and
so
I had the two of them.
podcast.
Yeah, I had
I'ma
the two of them come on the podcast, and we talked about that, and you know. But yeah, but what was the point of me bringing him up? Oh, you were just saying you came over to do the podcast,
I came over
right?
to do the podcast, yeah.
I ain't never denied your friend request, Denzel. Excuse me.
You probably did, cause you shady, Craig. You really is shady. I'm just gonna say you shady.
I am not shady. I'm from up north. I'm from Maryland, and we just don't, gravitate to people quickly like that.
Well, I'm from Miami, and I don't gravitate to people like that either. You lucky I spoke to you.
Oh, I'm lucky. But Keon will come over all of the time, and I just, like I said, it will be a bunch of queens in there.
I'm talking about
floating
a
around.
house
Full of people.
Hot and ready, like Little Caesar, ready to get
right.
mad.
And I never knew your name. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would come, like, because there's so many people over there. And I'm like, I don't know these people.
I didn't think I talked to nobody besides Chi-Chi.
Right.
And Madison.
Right. A lot of times you would come over there and you would only talk to Chi-Chi and Madison. And then one day you spoke to me.
Yeah, because you tried to make you... Oh, hey. Oh, you speak now, girl. I don't care who you are, girl. Oh, you speak?
You did say that.
Oh, you speak? Hey, what's up? Bitch, I don't care who you is.
And then you tried to say that I only spoke because I wanted to use your hotel discount.
You did. That's how it started. Because we were talking about the hotels. Me and Madison.
And I was like, oh, you're the hotel discount
And then you was
person.
like, oh, hey. I said, oh, you speak
No,
now?
but that wasn't why I was trying to say hello. It's just like I was just telling you earlier, there's a girl with a rental car thing.
Black people, whenever you always trying to get a discount.
Tiffany Smith Bell just said, in the DMV, we got to watch you for a little while before we get to,
But girl, you weren't watching me. You said you would see me come by, but you wasn't watching me. But girl, you heard me say to Madison.
Go ahead.
You heard me say to Madison, oh, about the hotel. You said, oh, you're the one who did the hotels. Oh, hey.
But I wasn't asking you about your hotel, use it.
And then I replied back because everybody started laughing. Oh, he want discount now. And bitch, I can't get rid of you now. Shit.
First of all, we're going to come back to that hotel discount in a second. Voice of Reason said, first of all, Maryland is not from the north. That is not up north. That's still south. We all understand that it's below the Mason-Dixon line, niece. My geography lesson. But what I was going to say was, we have very northern ways. So even though it's technically the south, we have very northern ways. Like we're not southern like Georgia folk or North Carolina folk or whatever. What did Gia ask? She said, "Damn all that, Keon, tell us about your journey that started you with dating women, having a child, and to loving men." Okay, we'll come to that too. But wait, let me say this to you. First of all, when I did start using that hotel, girl, you had me in some of the most slipshod places.
No.
Girl, crime ridden. No, I'm up there trying to sell my little gay book. I'm on a book tour. And baby, when I tell you,
it was one incident.
I will come out. No, it was several incidents. I will come outside. You would have, baby, it would be drug addicts standing outside, homeless people with their trash bags.
I'm not even gonna say nothing but this. This is the only thing I'm gonna say. If y'all know Craig, y'all know Craig is very picky. Y'all know Craig will find anything to get a discount, and you're cheap.
Very much so. Who was that?
So let me tell you,
Dion, I was very much so grabbing my bag.
Girl, even to the Marriott. Bitch, you find shit wrong with the Marriott.
I never stayed in the Marriott with your discount.
No, not my discount, but girl, I'm saying even to the Marriott, bitch, you find something, girl.
Oh, I'm gonna get them together too, because I want them to treat me just like they treat their white clients.
Craig goes in.
You gonna treat me?
No, bitch, you go in looking for something to
No, I don't.
Bitch, yes you do. You go in looking for something to
No, I don't. My thing is this. I have said to people in customer service before, black folks and white folks, you gonna treat me just like you treat them white people.
Right. So look, let me tell you something. Even if
like,
the people greeted you very kind, very hospitable, everything. Bitch, when you knock that door to your room.
When I do what?
Dot that door. When you knock that door, girl, you gonna go in there and you gonna find something to complain about. I have
That's not true.
I have accepted as your friend.
That is not true.
Am I lying, y'all?
That is not true. I do.
Watch how everybody in the comments gonna be like, yes.
That's not true.
Bitch.
First of all, everybody in the comments have not seen me operate in business.
But
like,
girl, they hear how you talk about it, girl. When you come back, you tell them.
but only when I have to get them to. Exactly. Wisdom gets it. You're going to treat me like I'm special. I've actually gone to dinner with Wisdom before.
Mm-hmm.
But so she knows that I don't. And I've been out with Tiffany Smith Bell. Like when I first met Tiffany here. But then I went out to eat. Like we've been out to eat twice now. But with Tiffany Smith Bell, I met her because I had a signing down here for the book release for the third book.
Yeah, right.
But then I ended up going to DC because I had a signing up there at the Busboy and Poets, and there was a bunch of people that came from all over or whatever. But so she knows that I don't carry on like that. Like I don't treat people like that.
You can be professional.
But what I'm saying is you're not gonna have like, okay, when I was in DC one time, baby, the floor was wet.
Okay,
the carpet was wet.
And I was on the phone.
And come to find out it was a flood.
And they changed it.
Right, and they changed
So
my room.
I agree with you on that. But all the other incidents, bitch, you find something.
But my thing is, why do I have to ask you to extend an amenity to me? If you know the room upstairs is flooding and I'm walking around on my bedroom in a hotel and the floor is sopping wet, you should say, sir, we're going to go ahead and move you to another room, but we're also going to extend you complimentary breakfast. Why do I have to show my ass to get my...
Okay, you was right on that
Absolutely.
part. I never said you weren't right on that part. I'm talking about all the other cases that you would just find something, or it would be something that you just find something to pick about, is what I'm saying. But girl, that's just you. And we accept you for you, Craig. But
Keon, you trying to act like I carry on like that. No, I do not.
I never said you carry on like
what
that.
I'm saying is what bothers me, and then we're going to come to him having a kid and all that other stuff, because I know Gia is in these comments typing. But what I'm saying is, there have been instances where I've been out in places and the customer service person or the person that works there is a black person. This isn't just when it's white people working in the business. Sometimes it's black people. And I have stood there and watched some of these hotep-ass Negroes, Uncle Tom, give stellar service, Ritz-Carlton service to these white folks. And then I show my black ass up and they're like, hi. Can I help you? And they give you that subpar service. Oh, I'm going to get you together. I'm going to gather you. And I'm like, no, you're going to treat me just like you just treated that white woman. And the white people will be standing there while I'm saying that shit. No, you're going to treat, and they, of course, they would get that awkward look on their face like they don't, they be like they don't really want to be involved, right? They don't want to be implicated.
Here go this nigga.
That, right, they don't want to be implicated.
This nigga, girl.
But I'm like, no, you're going to treat me just like you just treat that white lady right there. But that's it.
Child, move this over a little bit so we can see everything. There you go. There you go, Craig.
There he go rearranging stuff.
Yeah, girl, because I'm trying to look and see both strings and you just...
Vanity Smurf. So, okay, so Gia wants to know what her nosy is. She wanted to know about, you know, you dated...
When I was straight.
You were never straight, daughter.
I was straight.
You were never straight.
I was straight. No, I can't help that.
You weren't straight.
I can't help that.
When you were living a straight identified life.
Right, and before I let...
When you were closeted.
Right, and before I let that man...
Before you let the full woman out.
Yeah.
Before you let that man put his dick in you. Is that what you were about to say?
No, I was saying, before he touched back there and tampered back that girl. Well, I let him, but he... but
how old were you?
We ain't gonna get into that tonight.
We already know you were trying to suck dick at 14. How old?
Why you always got to bring it up?
Because I need you to remember. I need to keep you humble.
Bitch, Jessica, I am humble, bitch. That's just my story, girl. I was trying to do things what I wasn't trying to do.
Listen, what I want to know is, so you were 14 when you were trying to suck dick. How old were you when you let that man tap your cookies, tap your cakes, play in the cookie jar?
I was how?
You were how old?
I was about...
how old?
I was in double digits.
Well, so was 14, but girl, that was still very young to be trying to suck some man's
Oh,
dick.
it was over 14. It was over 14.
What were you, 16?
Yeah, I was about 16.
So how old was the guy?
He was about 18, 19.
23. Girl, how old was he?
He was in double digits. Girl, he was grown.
Girl, he was R. Kelly age. Fucking with Aaliyah. Age ain't nothing
No,
but a
but no.
number. And you probably had this little thing on your head thinking you were a grown woman.
Let me tell you something. I always been grown, honey. Always.
So anyway, so how did you meet him?
Girl, that was so long ago in school.
You don't remember how you met him?
That was in school, Craig. I was a party host. I did everything, child.
Okay, so
we ain't gonna get into that part. Not
okay,
tonight.
so you met the guy. What you mean not tonight?
Girl, we don't get into all that how I would let who climbed my back or I climbed their back way back then.
So
she wanted to know
so the
about
man
it.
so the man got in your cookies.
Yeah.
So Gia was asking, so how did you transition from
Well, I came out the closet after I had been in my relationship for some time, and I feel like it was time to let the world know that I was gay.
he came out the closet, but girl, he was fucking while he was in the closet.
Girl, my mama and daddy done my hair already knew. Long as my family knew, that's all.
So
that
what does
mattered.
out of the closet mean for you? Because I think that it
Well,
means different
I
things
was-
for different people.
Well, when I came out of the closet for is confirming it to everybody, letting everybody know.
Oh.
Bitch, it was July 18th of like 2016.
What does coming out mean to you?
Coming
Because for
out,
some people, coming out means the first time they had an experience. Other people, it means when they start actually having the conversation and telling.
yeah,
you.
that's what. Yeah, coming out mean having a conversation intelligently with people, letting people know the real you. That's what coming out to me.
But you were already.
I mean, I had already told the people that mattered to me.
But when he was tapping you, did y'all just do it once?
Mm-mm. We was together.
So you were still straight when he was fucking you? Is that what I hear you saying, beloved?
No, girl, I wasn't out the closet when he was.
I didn't say if you were out of the closet. So you were still. What were you were dealing with women when this man was fucking you?
Mm-mm. No, I never dib and dabbled like that. That was just nasty. You know, it would be periods and times.
Oh, so you were involved sexually, but you hadn't started telling people yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the last girlfriend you had was when?
Like July, August of 2015. The last time I had sex with a girl was in September 2015. That's the last time I had sex with a woman. That was almost 4 years ago, Craig. It's just wrinkled and.
What's wrinkle?
Oh, you never been with a woman?
That don't mean I ain't seen it and played in it.
You'd have played in the Craig?
Yeah.
You'd ate it.
No, I didn't say all that.
So what's your definition of?
Fingering, finger pop, as we say back home.
Oh, you fingered it, but why you ain't stick it?
One time I was about to, and my cousin came in the room. My cousin Chanel came in, and she ended up telling my mother. And then my
So
mom.
out of all 54 years of your life,
Girl,
Craig,
I'm 43, you bitch.
all 54 years of your life, Craig, you never.
No, I'm a
injected-
golden gay girl.
Craig.
So what do you?
So
what do you think? You have a badge of honor because you didn't put your penis in some women
No, that's
before?
that's not what I'm saying.
Well, what are you
I put my
saying?
penis in plenty of women.
That's what I'm saying. So you think that makes you that means something?
No, that don't mean
Well, you're
nothing.
still a grown woman today.
I'm girl, a full woman, girl. Look, you see, full. Oh, hold on, wait, girl. I had to say that because, girl, you know she shows sometimes. But yes, full woman, honey. Full, yes. You see that shape, girl? Right. But
Right.
no. So how do you know you're gay if you don't?
Because being gay has nothing to do with who you're having sex with. There are gay men having sex with women right now.
Correct.
That means nothing. And I think that sometimes, in some instances, there are gay men who have kids because they're trying to prove to themselves that they're masculine or that
Somebody
they
said
or that
Keon and another woman, child, 2 lesbians.
baby.
Don't worry about that, because baby, when in the bedroom, she's a different person. Back then and now. Girl, what you say, when you know your name, honey?
Oh, woman.
Bitch.
Woman.
So you said, finish
But no,
it.
what I was saying was, sexuality has nothing to do with who you're having sex with.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because there are gay men that are having sex with women right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And gay women. There are lesbians that are having sex with men, but they know that they're gay.
They're bisexual.
Not all of the time.
Why you feel that they're not?
Because I think that sexuality happens on a continuum. So I think that in the middle of that continuum is bisexuality. Mm-hmm. But on the far end, either to the right, it's straight, and to the far left, it's gay. But I do believe that there are people that fall in the middle, that identify as bi. I didn't used to believe in bisexuality. I used to think that people who claim to be bisexual just didn't want to choose a side. Mm-hmm. You know, that it was more socially acceptable to say, "Oh, I'm bisexual," especially for a guy, to just be like, "Oh, well, you know, I still fuck pussy too." You know, you know what I'm saying? Some guys kind of get off with being able to say that they're still attracted to. Yeah, I used to think that it was just greedy. But I think the reason why a lot of people have issues with bisexuality, including myself at one point, I'm fine with it now. Now I don't think I could date somebody bisexual.
Yeah,
but
I don't think I can.
I need you, yeah.
You
But
you gotta know what you like.
But see, most people have an issue with bisexuality because most people think that when you're bisexual, it's because most people think that bisexuality is synonymous with an inability to be monogamous. Mm-hmm. Just because you're bisexual doesn't mean you can't be monogamous. Correct. Doesn't mean you can't be faithful. Mm-hmm. It just means you're attracted to both sexes. But that doesn't mean that you can't, when you commit, some people who are bisexual can commit and be in a relationship and be faithful.
Well, child, I don't want no woman right now.
Not ever again.
Yeah, I don't want no woman.
I think that so you think that you were bisexual at one point?
I used. Yeah.
You think you were bisexual at one point?
I did. So let me tell you.
No. I'm talking about now. Do you believe now, looking back, that you were bisexual, or do you think that was
No, girl, it was just a front. Girl, I know I was gay, child. But at the time, I did have interest in women. Like, I really did have it. I think it was more of it was a feeling, but it was sexual too. But now, girl, I just love a man.
Just One and Only said, I had a boyfriend that was gay, but the sex was so good. Now he is fully with a man. But here's the thing. Gia said, okay, I believe in transparency. Keon, were you this feminine when you were with women? I had this conversation with you guys the other day.
I wasn't as feminine as
because before you start to transition into your sexuality and really evolve is the better word. But because like I told you guys yesterday or whenever it was that I was talking, there are things that I do now that I would have never done then.
Yeah.
Like how I wear fitted clothes, I would have never done that back then.
Baby,
once you start to know who you are.
Let me show you this picture on
once you start to know who you are.
My memories today. When I first moved to Georgia and how I used to dress, Craig. Oh, honey.
Once you know who you are and get comfortable in your
Craig,
skin, you don't
They don't even look like me do it.
Girl. Once you know who you are and get real comfortable in your skin, you kind of let those guards down. Like you're not.
That was round.
Girl, the date is right on here. It's 2011. She's trying to guess. It's Facebook, girl.
No, girl, that was way before 2011. Look at the caption, girl. Why you trying to get me together? They say way back when I first moved to Georgia. That was in.
So you posted this
in 2011. So that was more so like 2007-ish, 2008. I want to say probably about 2008 when I posted it, when I took that picture. Girl, show the.
Y'all want to see this?
Baby, that don't even look like me. Craig, that don't even look like me.
No. But you know, once you start getting comfortable in your skin, and that includes mannerisms and demeanors and idiosyncrasies, like you start to get more comfortable, you know, with yourself, and so you're not maintaining this bravado, this machismo.
Let me tell you, one night, at my best friend's birthday, in 2015, I had a conversation with one of our good friends, and that night, we had a deep conversation. She had to change. She had started getting into the church and everything. So me and her had a real deep conversation. And she was telling me, like, she touched me, Craig. And I don't know, from that day forward, it was like my life. It was like my eyes opened. Like I was, like she opened the door for me to start transitioning to who I
I want you to say evolving, because I'm thinking that you're gonna turn around and have some titties one day, transitioning, girl, evolving.
Okay, evolving into who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was just telling me like you're finna start living your real truth, and
Right.
she was just, like she really talked.
Ooh, that was a good way of putting it, Teresa. She said you start to release and you're not restricting. You're
Right.
releasing and not restricting.
So this night after me and her was talking, and you know,
Thank you, Gina.
after that night, Craig,
Mm-hmm.
I really just my eyes was open. Like
Mm-hmm.
I stopped talking to the girl, and then I start really just like trying to find who I was, et cetera, et cetera. And then, even to this day, when I see her, I'm like, I still remember that night.
Right.
Thank you.
But I think it's an evolution.
Yeah.
For people. You know, it's a journey to kind of come through it and walk through it and to like own who you are. And I think that at one point, if we're all honest, there was a point that, not all, because I do know some gay guys that never even dated a girl, never had a girlfriend, let alone had sex. But my point is, I think that for most of us, not all, but most of us, were in the closet at some point. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a evolution period where you're in the closet, where you're starting to evolve to the point where you're coming out and you're becoming more comfortable with who you are, and you start developing more gay friends. And
I remember, like, I look back and I remember the stages of like it happening.
But I remember there was a period, and this is the other thing that I've said before too. I've said it more so like when I've gone places and spoken about it. There's a period for gay, trans, lesbian people where it's a very lonely period where you kind of isolate yourself from your friends and your family, like the people that know you, because there's a period.
I went through that period.
Yeah, there's this
where
incubation phase.
Distant from them. Yeah.
Right, there's an incubation phase where you're trying to contain and control and hide your sexuality because you're at that bubbling point where you're about to come out and start to, really explore who you are. And so you kind of start separating yourself from those people because that's that period where you start to develop more gay friends too. So that's that period where you start to sneak to the clubs. You know what I'm saying? You got none of your family or friends know these people because these are your new gay friends.
These are my new gay friends.
These are my new gay friends.
And for a long time, I was scared to mix them together.
And you're not going to because first of all, you know that they're gonna be able to clock them.
Right.
Because these are the kind of gay friends that are real gay.
Real gay.
And so you like,
Yeah.
So you start to separate. So but in that lonely incubation phase or period is that same period where a lot of gay men get lost. A lot of gay men. Not gay men, not just gay men, but LGBTQ people, queer people. Because sometimes when you're in that phase, some people forget they get stuck in that phase where they never really tell their family and friends about this new life.
It's just,
you know what I'm saying?
Because I was scared to come out to my parents, and everybody like, why you scared to come? If you meet my mom and dad, everybody know I have the most. What?
They said when you start wearing Timberlands and you start wearing jelly shoes. Y'all so fucking messy.
But look, it's a time where I was more scared to come out because of some fact is the stories that I've heard of other people, how their parents picked them out, et cetera, et cetera. But my parents are down to earth, and my mom and them was just like, we already knew, like they didn't care.
Listen, Antonio Peoples made a good point. He said, how ridiculous is it that Africans have been around for thousands of years and we're just starting to kind of accept different sexualities. And see, that's where I believe that religion has really kind of stumped us as a people. Has stunted us. But what I was going to say too is in that phase, that incubation phase where some queer people get stuck, it's also that space where some of them commit suicide.
Right.
It's that for some they get caught in like up in different vices. Like they get caught up in the club scene or the drug scene or the ball scene or the prostitution scene. Like some people get stuck in that phase.
Did you ever go through your like flamboyant stages where you was just
absolutely.
Like real?
My hair was platinum blonde. I write about it in the first book. So you never read the first book,
girl, because I know you. I'm getting to know you, but I never
my hair was platinum blonde.
I never had a real flamboyant moment.
Girl, it's now. You're living it now.
But what I'm saying is like just more so of like wearing the long hair, the fingernails.
No, I didn't do all of that.
Doing the makeup. Like I know a lot of people who have, and I just feel like I didn't have to be that gay that would do that to express who I am. Now last year I started wearing more shorts, like showing my thighs and more of my shape. But I never had that like just flamboyant moment. I think that's too gay.
Yes, it was Cisco blonde. My hair was Cisco blonde. And let me tell you,
Craig, I can't picture you with no
baby. And
I'll probably walk right past you.
You would have.
Girl, I would have talked about it. Look at this pump. You know how we talk.
Oh, absolutely.
Look at this
fag.
But if they said, "Oh, bitch, we ready to fight."
Listen, my hair was platinum blonde, and there's a guy that I used to be really cool with. His name is Chance in the first book. We used to be really cool, and the way that you matriculate into the gay community really depends upon
they're talking about my swimsuit.
Who ushers you in. Mm-hmm. It really depends on who ushers you in. So the gay guys that I was cool with when I first came into this community, they fit the stereotype. They were very feminine. So naturally, I went and got my hair blonded because that's what they were doing. And then my friend in the book, his name is Chance. Girl, he used to wear this lip glass from Mac. Do you remember that? Mac, y'all know Mac. I think they still sell it at Mac. They had this lip gloss, bitch. It was shiny, and I used to put that on my.
I probably would have talked about you.
My mother found out that my hair was blonde because I don't know if it was through Facebook. Somebody saw a picture or something of me somewhere, and she called me and was like, "I know your hair ain't blonde."
Now, I will say this. I went through my mohawk stage, and when I had a mohawk, my mother used to dye my hair. She used to dye.
You were a fag.
Girl, I had a blonde mohawk, a blue mohawk, a purple mohawk, a green mohawk. Bitch, I had a green and blue. She mixed the colors together. But my mom, she just was supportive of whatever I did.
Right.
But, baby, she used to sit between her.
Baby, my lip gloss was popping. First of all, that lip glass, she's sticky. And you would put it on and it would be sticking. I'm like, what is this shit? But I really do think that who ushers you into the community have a lot to do with how you matriculate. Mm-hmm. So for me, they fit the stereotype. And I thought that's what being gay was all about. But then I had to find my own niche. Because it was just like, this isn't who I am. That doesn't come natural to me. Arching my brows and wearing makeup.
And you know what?
Like, that's not my thing. And it's okay for those who do.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. For a long time, I didn't get my eyebrows arched. Like, now, I don't get them arched now. They just...
Girl, you had arched them so much before, girl. You don't have to now.
Fuck you. Okay. No, but I would get my eyebrows threaded. And
oh, you were a fag. Girl, y'all can't look, ladies. Y'all can't even get your eyebrows threaded because this queen was sitting in the chair.
Yes, I was in there getting my eyebrows threaded, but I just wanted to try it, and I just waited. I didn't get my eyebrows start getting threaded until probably the beginning of 2008, last year.
Mm-hmm. But see, the thing is, I think what happens is you start to kind of assimilate, and you start to kind of adopt behaviors of the community. You know what I'm saying? But then when I realized that it didn't take all of that to be gay, I was like, well, I ain't got to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not who I am. Like, why do I have to do all of that? But, Gia, we getting to that. Sit down, niece. She's sitting up here with all these cue cards and questions. But what's the relationship with your mother's son? And, yeah, girl, we coming to that. Girl, slow and easy. Girl, she the kind of girl that just want to get in the bed and just fuck, girl.
Right. No foreplay, no touching, no nothing. Girl.
Right. Girl, suck me and kiss me a little bit first.
Suck 'em, girl.
Right. Suck on me first. Suck on my nipples. I like my nipples sucked on. Girl, she trying to get straight
I had a conversation about that the other day with straight men getting their nipples licked on.
Straight men, I believe, are missing out on a lot of stuff because most straight men don't get their ass ate.
You know what? So before we get into what's her name, Gia? So it was
a slow burn. Yes, we need a slow burn.
It was a video.
She just wanna fuck.
It was a video going around about a man who was letting his wife.
What's it called?
No, she was fucking him.
Right, she was strapping on. But
she was strapping on.
But it's called pegging. He was getting pegged.
Well, he was getting pegged. And he liked it, like he just.
Well, but see, I had a whole I've had conversations about this before. Now I'm going to ask it again tonight.
Do you think that is?
I don't think that makes him gay.
Why you don't feel that makes him gay?
Because
go ahead.
Because a man's erogenous zone is in his asshole, it's in his prostate, and so it stimulates. when you're touching it, it stimulates. That's why you like getting tapped.
And I like tapping too.
Correct. So my point is, just because he wants his wife to finger him, I did a whole podcast on this too. It's called The Double Standard of Sexuality. I had my heterosexual friend, Adrian, a guy, his girlfriend, and my friend Maisha. And my friend Adrian's girlfriend said every man that she's been with before him, she always managed to put her finger in his ass. She said she enjoys it. She said, and the men that she was with, they sometimes would flinch and they would move her hand. But as they would continue to have sex and get comfortable with each other, she kept doing it. And they would eventually allow her to do it. But my point to all of the women, just because a heterosexual man wants a woman to finger him or peg him, doesn't mean he wants to be fucked by a man, or would he would allow me or you to do it. That doesn't make him gay. I
understand what you're saying, but I just think that's a little...
That's not gay. That's a cultural thing. That's some of that shit black folks are caught up on. We're not sexually liberal in ways. You know what I'm saying? Because that doesn't make him gay.
We all have our own beliefs, but I just feel like if a man wants his butt ate, or...
So that makes him gay because he wants his ass ate
Craig,
by a woman? I didn't say he walking around wanting a man to eat it.
I just think that's gay.
That's where a man's G-spot is.
I'm a man, child. I know what it do back there. Trust me.
Oh, I know you do.
I know exactly what it do back there. I can teach a class about it.
Donnell Holt said, "Child, that's as gay as a picnic basket on a Sunday day in June." That is not gay.
I think it is gay for a straight man to want somebody to... If you're a straight... You know, it may call it double standard, call it what you want, but that's just how I feel.
But that doesn't mean he wants to... That doesn't mean he craves sex with a man.
I never said that, but...
So how does that make
it... It opens up doors.
It does not open up doors.
There you go. I was getting to that. It does.
It does not open up doors. It's not a gay...
Because, look, I feel that it opens up doors because
go ahead.
if you like a man, if you like a woman to touch back there, etc., you never know. Every man has a curious mind. I don't care how straight you is. You are curious about something.
It does not open up the door because I believe that sexuality is instinctive.
Okay.
I am instinctively attracted to men. Okay. I'm not instinctively attracted to women. You're instinctively attracted to men. You like to get pegged. You ain't going to enjoy no woman pegging you.
No, I'm not.
All right. So... a man,
okay, but
hold on,
Okay,
but a man who wants his woman to peg him or play in his butt or his ass, that doesn't mean he's not attracted to us. Sexuality is instinctive. It's how we're wired. It's not a choice. It's not a decision, and it's not something that you just want. You know what I'm saying? I just disagree.
I just feel like, well, just because you believe that,
what you saying?
I believe in what I believe in, but I just feel like if a man that is straight, he shouldn't do that. But hey,
girl, your sex is probably boring, girl. You just let me know.
It ain't, girl. Trust me.
That's my point, D'Antoine. What's wrong with a man exploring his body? And see, that's the point. This is a really good point that I want to make about black men. Black men are expected to be linear. Black men are not expected to be what's the word I'm looking for? Black men are expected to be linear. They're not supposed to be adventurous when it comes to fashion, hair. That's why most people think that OBJ, what's the Odell Beckham? Mm-hmm. People want to think that he gay just because he dances and I've said this before, and not in all cases, but I would be willing to bet that in some instances there are black men who choose to date outside of the black community, in particular white women, because they have the liberty and the freedom to express themselves. They can be interested in the arts. They can be interested in fashion and not being labeled as gay just because he's sexually adventurous. Now let me read some of these comments. Go ahead and say what you want to say.
I'm just listening, child, because I still believe in what I believe in.
But I mean that's why a lot of black men they dress uniformly. They don't express themselves in color. They don't even really wear color.
And
I brown, and gray.
C8701. I think.
Now I do think that. No,
I think he's. Because
right.
go back on what you was about to say.
Right.
Because you was for the go back.
Well, I was gonna agree with C8701. I do think.
I think he's one of the girls, but girl, you just said you didn't think he was gay, girl.
No. What I said was most people automatically assumed he was gay. just because he had blonde hair and because he dances. Now, he may have been a bad example for me to use, but what I'm saying is I just think that there are men who are very expressive. There are men that are, especially when you talk about different cultures. Like, I grew up with West Indian men. A lot of them are feminine in mannerisms and idiosyncrasies, but they're not gay.
They're not gay.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, in terms of the black community, we're so limited in the way that we think about sexuality and things. Just like, I keep going back to this point about Queen Sugar. I don't think you watch Queen Sugar. There's a little boy on the show. He's about the age of your son. And he plays with a doll. But most people looking at it from the surface, see, this is why you got to dig below the surface and think critically.
Well,
and this is why.
Dolls and look how it came out.
But what I'm saying is, just because a little boy plays with dolls isn't part and parcel of being gay. It doesn't mean that you're automatically going to be gay. But most people looking at that show think, oh, that little boy playing with a doll, oh, he's going to be gay. How many parents won't even allow their kids to play, their little boys to play with a doll or jump rope because they think that his activities is going to make him gay? No, sexuality is instinctive. He's either born gay or he's not. Now, I do think that there are instances, where people are molested or raped, and it causes a mental trauma, and it can cause them to be confused.
Confused, right?
You know.
Come on for the teaching for the Pride Month.
You know, I do what I can.
So when did you know you was gay, Craig?
I always knew I was gay, but I suppressed it for years. And it wasn't until I was 22 years old that I acted on it. I was here, and I was 22.
We talked about that the last time. You waited too late.
Well, see, here's what I do believe. And speaking of the Hey Girl, Hey mugs are at CraigTheWriterStewart.com, niece. All of the merchandise is at CraigTheWriterStewart.com. But look, here's what I think. I do think that sexuality explodes at some point, right? I think that because like you have a lot of gay men, black, white, Hispanic, whatever, that around that age of 28, it just explodes. There are a lot of men who can get all the way to the age of 28 without having an experience, but they could be suppressing that feeling for all of that time. But it's something about that age of 28, and I think it has something to do with, because around 28 to 30 is when you start to really know your name, and you don't really care so much about what people think and stuff, and you start to act, even though you still might be fearful of people finding out and stuff like that. But at that point, it's just like a bubbling over effect, you know? Yeah, you can hear the ringtone. The ringtones are on Apple. But yeah, so I just think that there's, so like, for example, like, you remember George Michael? George Michael, he was a singer, white guy, nice looking guy from the UK. He was closeted for years. Now, everybody who knew him from the 80s, who was really paying attention, knew that man was gay. You could look at him and tell he was gay, right? Beautiful man. All of the women were attracted to him. He was in a band. So he suppressed his sexuality for years. But then what happened was we found out that he was gay because he had got caught up in a scandal out there in Beverly Hills. He got caught up in a park, in the Beverly Hills park, trying to suck dick in a bathroom with an undercover cop. Same kind of thing that happened with Tevin Campbell. Can we talk for a minute? Same thing with Tevin Campbell. Got caught up, I think it was Las Vegas or I think it was California, somewhere. He got caught trying to suck an undercover cop's dick.
About it.
But my point is, it's something about the age of 28. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of suppress those feelings, but them hormones get the raging.
Girl,
and
they get
they get the pulsating, and you want to act on those feelings. And so, and it's even like with senators and stuff. Like you see, like senators and stuff. They live a heterosexual life. They have a wife. They have a family. They have kids. But they don't live a gay lifestyle. And when I say gay lifestyle, I mean they don't have gay friends. They don't go to gay parties. They don't go to gay clubs. That's a gay lifestyle. Being gay, I don't believe is a lifestyle. But the gay lifestyle means like you go to prides and stuff like right. So you have heterosexual identified men that sleep with women, but they fucking men too. Okay. But they act out on the feelings because they don't have an outlet. They don't have gay friends. They don't go to gay clubs. They don't do any of that. They live a very heterosexual life, and so that's why sometimes you'll read a news story. Or you'll see on CNN or something, some Catholic priest or some senator or something will be coming through the airport and they in the bathroom tapping their foot under the bathroom stall, trying to signal another man to have sex because they don't have any other place to get it. And that's why sometimes they'll be looking online for sex.
But now they got, I was just going to say online, you got Jack, Grindr, all that good stuff. I want to tell you something about Chick-fil-A ice and Zaxby's ice.
You so crazy.
Baby,
what my people? Denzel Tevin Campbell's encounter is on Google. You can Google it. I just looked at it like a week or so ago. I was talking to somebody else about it. It doesn't say. It just says he was propositioning an undercover cop or undercover something like that. Teresa, you didn't know that about Tevin Campbell, girl? Where you been? But you know, so there you have it. But so anyway, so Gia, she wanted to know about.
So yeah, about my son.
Who was that?
Girl, mind your business. That is my sister. You want to take this phone bill?
Go ahead, what you were going to say.
So, Gia, to answer your question about my son, and for those who don't know, so my son
Thank you, Queen Vlogs. Go ahead.
Yeah, so my son, he's actually adopted. Me and my ex-fiance, we came across him. Well, he encountered him first. And then we started getting him regularly on the weekend. And then he actually started staying with us. It's a whole story that I don't want to get into tonight. But he's adopted and we have had him since he was like 8 months.
But I did a podcast,
yeah.
with, well, not that one. I did a podcast with Caleb. And it's called Single Gay Dad or something. It's over there, So Much to Say podcast. It's on YouTube, but it's also on all of the, podcast places. But anyway, Apple, Spotify. But I did a podcast with Caleb. Caleb actually had sex with his best female friend. Yeah. And they got pregnant that way.
But you know what? I did say that I was going to do the real process.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought it was about the son. You know what? A lot of people say that they think he's my biological son.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he's not.
He does look like
But
him.
my son, I won't say that I never have did anything gay around him or like if men. What I'm saying,
you've never what?
I never did anything gay. What I mean by that is me and him never kissed in front of them.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, girl, every time you walk and talk, honey,
girl, go to hell, Craig. How about
you
that?
doing something?
But no, I just
and every time you wear this.
I just don't believe in that. Like
Every time you wear these on your wrist, girl, he
angels.
knows you're a woman.
But you know what my son says? He says all the time. It was so funny. Even to his birthday party this year, he always say, "I have two dads."
Right.
He always say that. And at his birthday party this year, the little girls, kids. I don't know what these kids we talking about, but the little girl said, "Oh my God, he really does have two dads." And I thought that was so.
Right.
fun. Like I ain't laugh in front of them,
right.
but like just talking amongst the adults. I said, "Girl, she was like, he really do have two." But kids know what be going on.
Kids pay attention, and this is what I say to people all the time. I'm gonna give you a quick story. My cousin and her husband were going through a divorce. This was some time ago. Mm-hmm. But before they went through the divorce, they were going through the separation phase where they were still living together. But it was like she started to change their routine. So like they have two girls together. And so they would always set the dinner table like before her husband got home. But then when they started having that friction, she started telling the girls, "Oh, just make the table for the three of us." Mm-hmm. And so the kids were like, "Well, what about Daddy? We not gonna say? Oh, he'll get his own food." Like she started to do things like that. And my thing is, and I was telling her at the time, and I'm saying this to whomever's listening here, your kids pay attention to what they may not be able to articulate what's happening.
Go ahead, Gia.
They may not be able to articulate what's happening, but I promise you, they are paying attention to your behavior, and they notice what's happening
because he have started seeing. And my ex, me and him had conversations, for us the kid or whatever, because he has a son as well, and I was the first guy that was introduced to his son, and his son is old enough. He's 13, he'll be 14, so he's old enough. But my son that we have together, which is the 5-year-old, he would go into even to when he's with me, he would say like things like, "You remember when we."
I'm laughing at Lola. Somebody's Yvette is having problems trying to order a coffee mug at CraigTheWriterStewart.com. Lola said, tech support here. How can I help? Lola, you be on it, baby.
Right.
Lola, email me your shipping address. I'm going to do something really sweet for you because I really appreciate you always being in here, moderating and stuff.
Support here.
Lola, email me your shipping address. How old is your son? Oh, yeah, 5. Right. Go ahead.
He's 5. But he to like things like what he'll be saying, like, remember we used to stay together, or you remember this, like, so whenever that happens, we'll call each other to kind of like, keep the flow going or whatever. But kids definitely know, even to his 13-year-old, like, we never said, hey, this is what it is, but he knows, hey, why y'all, because me and him had a conversation last week, and he was saying, like, why y'all not together, or
who asked that?
The 13-year-old.
Oh.
And, just different things like that.
But, Antonio just raised a good point, and I was going to mention this earlier, and it went off my mind because we started talking about something else. When you said you and your ex never kissed in front of the little boy and stuff like that, do you think that it's important to not kiss in front of him? Because heterosexual people kiss in front of their kids.
I don't like, and this gonna tie into Gia's question.
Gia's question is, will you allow him to be heterosexual?
No, allow
him to be heterosexual.
No, it's not anything that you allow. I would want him to be heterosexual. Anything, if he chooses to be a homosexual, that's something that he would choose to do.
Let me go back again, Gia. She's saying, will you allow him to be gay and is here as a product of his environment? Again, going back, sexuality is instinctive. That's not
right.
That's
meaning gay. That's what I was saying to her.
Right. That sexual. But you were saying if he chooses, he ain't choosing anything.
But you get what that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is I'm not going to force my lifestyle on him.
But see, that's what I'm saying too. Being gay is not a lifestyle. That was the distinction I was trying to make a moment ago.
But
we got to start paying attention to these words.
But
being gay is not a lifestyle.
It's not a lifestyle, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm not finna.
No, I do know what you mean, but some of them may not. Hence this question. So that's why I'm trying to clarify, because
allow him. Let me go.
Right. It's not about allowing him to be gay. And I think for those parents that are that try to impress upon their kids, oh no, you're not gonna be gay. You are not gonna be gay. You can't live in my house doing that. That's why we have men that are on the down low.
Right.
That's why we have women that are on the down low. Because they haven't been given permission to be who they are.
So on the way over here,
no, you don't choose your sexuality. That's whether you're straight. That's whether you're gay. Mm-hmm. Sexuality is instinctive. It comes to you naturally.
But I like when people ask us, because she said
it's how you're wired.
She's still learning. But even on the way over here, me and my grandma was having a conversation. Me and her was talking, and she said to me, don't you be on no show that talk about gay people and be talking about gay things, because people out here hate you. They'll kill you and stuff like that. Just like that boy who killed himself or whatever. She's like, I would never. But she just
what boy?
Nigel, the one, the little 15-year-old. But she went into this whole little thing. Like, she hit about 10 different topics in like 1 minute.
But see, that's part of the reason why.
And I had to like break it down.
People kill themselves.
I had to break it down to her. Once I finished talking to her, she was like, this was right before I called you. I had hung up the phone with her to call you. Mm-hmm. And right after I got done talking to her, she was like, okay, well, I understand a little more better. Then it goes to the conversation I said before her, what I had when somebody identified somebody as a man. Right. And it was just like, no, it's a difference between a drag queen and somebody that's actually transitioning to be a woman.
But that's part of the reason why you have people that are gay or queer, because it's not just about gay. Sometimes it's trans or lesbian.
Right.
But that's why you have queer people or LGBTQ people that will commit suicide. Mm-hmm. You got these young kids that are committing suicide because we've impressed upon them, society or the family or the church or whatever has impressed upon them, oh no, you can change this.
Right. There's nothing you
can change. You can change this. This isn't how you just need to have the faith of a mustard seed.
And you're going through a phase.
You're just going through a phase.
You're going through a phase. People used to always say that, oh, that's just a phase. No, it's not a phase. It's not something that you can, it's not a switch where you can turn on.
Right.
Yeah, you're
exactly. Right. But so that's that. Any other questions or comments? It's 10:17 and we have to go.
Bitch, ain't know it's 10:17, girl.
Right. He has to get up in the morning and I have a flight tomorrow. There's a difference between born sexuality and personal conduct. People try to change nature and fail to instill healthy habits and conduct. Cheryl said, but children follow examples. Cheryl said, but children follow examples. I grew up with both of my parents in the house, and I'm
Me
gay.
too, and I'm gay.
So it's not about
right.
that.
And my mom and dad, and they still.
In fact, I ain't know no gay people growing up. I didn't know any great gay people. But see, that's the mentality and shit that we have to change, because you got people who have been conditioned to think that you learn to be gay.
Right.
That you watch
to be gay. And then also me and my grandma was talking about how people have this mindset now, and I still hate this to this day, where people always say, oh, you gay, you gonna have HIV or this certain thing, and it's like, what who created that, or who started that from back in the day?
Right. Well, it goes back to religion. It's always rooted in religion. So somebody says, Kiara says, so Craig, can you explain what would have been the best experience for you as a child from your parents that would have made you feel more supported? I always felt supported, because my dad used to always tell me, I'm very proud of you, Craig. You're smart. You're smarter than us. You can go further than your mother and I went because you're smarter than we are. Like, he used to tell me that stuff all the time. You can do anything you put your mind to. My dad used to always tell me to find a career. My dad used to always tell me to find a career where I didn't have to use my hands. I could just use my mind, to survive. Like, he used to always tell me stuff like that. But when it comes to sexuality, I kept that from them. So that was not something that they could have supported me in until I was ready to share that part of myself with them. Somebody says, somebody else had asked the question. I was going to try to...
Y'all was trying to look at the comments.
Oh, here it is. Sugar Sweet said, Craig, what do you think about the black man giving the other black man head in his father's church? Girl, that's just a mess. Girl, I don't even have nothing to say with that. That's a mess.
I ain't see the video or nothing.
I got it. I'll show you when we get off here. Somebody sent it to me. I'm like, girl, we cannot put this on the show. Sierra says, everyone has their reason. Some are born gay. Some were touched and liked it. Yes. Some people just are curious and like it. There are so many reasons. There's no one answer. Exactly. There is no one answer. And that was the point that I was making earlier. And I've shared this example before. I have a cousin who was born heterosexual, a female. I believe she was born heterosexual. She got raped by some men. That trauma caused her to go through a phase in her life where she was dealing with women. But then after that phase, she went back to dating men. I just think that she had to compartmentalize that trauma. You don't understand what I'm saying? I think she had to put it someplace. And I think there was a level of mistrust that she categorized with all men.
Right there was mistrust.
Yeah, that
she categorized all men into one.
Yeah. So that's what I believe. But, again, I believe that... Oh, this letter from the P.O. Box was from Sarah Van. And it just reminded me of my grandmother, her penmanship. And she just said, Dear Craig, I am old school when it comes to technology. So she never wanted to send anything through the Cash App. But she sent me a money order, this $20 money order. Thanks for the book. Here is a donation. We'll send another donation next month by mail. And she put her phone number and stuff in there. But yeah, it's really on an individual basis. But in terms of being generally speaking, I believe I was born gay, and I believe that most LGBTQ people were born that way. You know what I'm saying? We all went through not all, but many of us went through a phase where we were trying to suppress the feelings and didn't want to act on the feelings until you get to a point where...
Girl, once it starts throbbing, I act on it. Bitch, it throbs. I say, I got to see what it feel like. I got to know what it do. I got to know my body, honey. And one thing, Keon know what? This body, honey. That's why I got the shape.
Girl, they can't see all that nancing around that you're doing. Nancing.
I'm not nancing.
Nancing. Nancing. Look up the word nancing. I want to tell them what it is.
You always want to use me.
Nancing. Nancing.
I know how to spell.
What does it say? No, read it.
Girl, here.
An effeminate male. Oh my God, you a mess. You are so crazy, Keon.
Girl, I was trying to eat my ice. You want me to read and I'm trying to eat ice. I'm sorry.
Girl,
y'all.
you hadn't even put that cup to your mouth yet.
It was.
You weren't because you were holding the phone like this. That bitch just didn't want y'all to know she was in remedial reading when she was growing.
Girl, one thing a whole lot to do is read right.
Oh my God. Listen, thank you for being here. Have an amazing night. Keon will be here every Thursday
Until Craig pissed me off. No, I'm just playing.
until some bullshit come up. And he talking about, oh, well, I can't come today because...
I'll be here. I'll be here. We'll make sure we on time because Craig had us late tonight. So, girl, we had
No, because you were trying to stop around to the Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, because when I come to your house, like you said, you only got one time to tell me. When I come to your house, make sure I have something to eat and drink and a snack on. So, girl, that's why I make sure I was trying to get my eat. And
Cheryl, what's your question? Cheryl says she has a question. Send the link. We want to see the PK. Oh. I can't post that link anyway. Y'all ain't getting my pages shut down. Craig, do you want children? I would love to have children.
You want kids, Craig?
Mm-hmm.
Craig.
Girl, I don't have no biological clock. Girl, this sperm still works.
I said time is ticking, girl.
And she swims.
You 54, you'll be 60
Girl,
next year, girl.
but he giving a strong 32.
You get more so like 42.
You's a motherfucking lie,
Girl,
bitch.
42.
Girl, if we were,
43.
girl, if I put some black on this beard,
Girl, you'll give more.
girl,
than
I would
38.
look like I was your age. Cause girl, in person,
You're reaching these.
girl,
You're reaching.
girl,
these.
cause you had, how old are you? 27? How old are you?
25.
Girl, you had a rough 24.
Fuck you.
Girl, you had a rough 24,
Fuck
girl.
you, girl.
Side by side, we look like we the same age, girl. So I either look very young or you look very old. So you take your pick.
No, girl, you look very young.
I look very young. That's what I thought. Cheryl already answered that about being molested. Being molested doesn't make you gay, no. But I think that the trauma
It triggers.
can trigger you, and it can make you retreat, and it can make you, you know, for example, like I was watching Red Table Talk, which is a very good series.
Girl, I love to see that.
Girl, I was watching the one with Common last night, and he said he was molested by a male cousin or somebody.
I think Common's gay though. He's just very masculine. I always thought he was gay.
Girl, you trying to have my page shut down?
Wait, girl, what allegedly signed in?
Girl, we don't have one. Write it down on a piece of paper.
Girl, allegedly, y'all type it in the comments, y'all, because y'all, they'll shut your page down, not mine.
But I believe that just because you've been molested, it doesn't mean that you're gonna explore the same sexuality, the same sex.
Mm.
But in some instances, it does. It causes you to do that. A rape, a molestation, and then remember there are like for example, my barber. He shared a story. He's married, got kids. He's not gay. He said
That barber who came here?
What barber? No, my
I was
barber.
gonna say because
no.
if he say he ain't gay,
No, that's a
girl,
woman.
Girl, that's a full woman.
But no. What I was gonna say was, yeah, Michael, Gia, stay on topic, daughter. She worried me about them little books she paid for Michael yesterday. No, I'm just playing. Yes, I shipped his books today, daughter. He's gonna have them tomorrow. Now, can I finish what I was trying to say? But what I was saying was my barber. He told me he was molested by a guy. And he said, I never, went through a thing where I questioned my sexuality. But everybody is different. Everybody is different. Just because he was molested by a male doesn't mean and just like Common was molested by a male, doesn't mean that they, had to have a gay experience after that. But there are instances where people are molested. Like I said, with my cousin, she was raped. Mm-hmm. And she went through a phase where she reverted and she was dating women.
Child, coming.
Well, let me shut up. I was about to.
Girl, you almost went there.
Girl, I almost went there.
You got to wait.
This was a story I was going to write in my first book.
Around, you got to say that outside of this, girl. You got to put it for the Patreon.
Look, maybe I'll say it on the Patreon.
Girl, you almost went there, and then the other day you almost said something about bleep bleep.
Listen,
girl, girl, because when we on the phone, child, we just talk so freely, girl.
But I don't ever let you say anything that I include on the Patreon. Like if it gets, I cut it off.
Girl, you cut.
Yeah.
You have to wear the whole armor of God when I'm around, girl, because I say every and anything.
You sure will. All right, listen, brush your teeth, floss your teeth, brush your tongue. Thank you for supporting what I do. The merchandise, the coffee mugs, and all that stuff, it's at CraigTheWriterStewart.com. If you want to purchase books, one book is $20, two $36, three $54. The first 2 books are about my life. A lot of this stuff you get to see in real form, like I share stories from my life. The third book is a book of quotes. But the books are also on Audible. The first 2 books, Words Never Spoken, and One Thing for Certain, Two Things for Sure, those books are available on Audible. All 3 of the books are on Kindle, Nook, Google Play, the digital, wherever you can buy, Amazon, wherever you can buy books, okay? Gina, I post videos on Patreon all of the time.
It's not a live. It's just video.
You can go live on Patreon now. I've never done it.
Yeah.
Madison and I did it the other day on hers. But I haven't done it on mine though. But yeah, so thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you go over to CraigTheWriterStewart.com, everything that you need to know is there if you want to purchase books or download ringtones or get merchandise or whatever. Even the podcast. Okay? All right, so have an amazing night. Brush your teeth, floss your teeth, brush your tongue. And that's it. Yes, Madison and I were talking about it today, mantra. It's going to be called After Lunch Before Dinner. We're going to start that in July.
And we'll come up with a name one day.
Please cuss them out, Lori Jeter, because I surely went looking for my bio oil today and it wasn't there. Antonio Peoples tried it. He told me, good night, ladies.